fly shop hooks. It's a TFS 2500 TFS, the fly shop, and then they call it a 2500. So it's kind of a curved scud hook, but it's got a straight eye on it.
It's like it's $24.99.
Yeah, it's almost identical to a TMK $24.99.
$24.88, light wire $24.99.
But a fraction of the cost. If you hold them up next to them, they're similar. Not quite exactly the same, but close enough. Yeah, I mean they're sharp enough. You know.
You want sharp
For that.
Yeah.
That's one thing about them.
They're cheap enough. So anyway, it's like it's $2.50 for 25 hooks. So they're pretty cheap. Okay, so anyway, all right, so we'll start with this first one here. And these things are very simple flies. It's just like tying a zebra midge, and it doesn't get much easier than that, but it's really impressive how effective they are out there. So this one calls for two beads, a white one followed by the dark brown copper. And so I don't know, is a correction on, probably not on the sheet you made either, but on mine it called it a copper 222, and when I asked her for that color, she actually sent me one that's called 457. And I called her and asked her about it, and she said it was a different manufacturer, so it was the same color, just a different.
Okay, so the dark brown copper 222.
Yeah, so the dark brown copper. They call them both dark brown coppers too, which is kind of confusing. But yeah, the 222 is the same as a 457N.
One's more brown than the other more copper.
Yeah, and the best way to do these, you just do a production where you get a bunch of them going.
What is the brown, dark brown copper 460?
I was thinking that would be
That's just a different color, and I'll pass it.
One of them got more copper than the other one. This one's more brown.
Did you see that?
Same name, just a different shade.
The fly shop, number 2500.
Oh, the fly shop.
Yeah, that's what TFS stands for.
Yeah.
The fly shop.
yeah.
Okay.
The hardest part about that fly, I guess, is probably getting the beads on.
There's really nothing hard about it. So, but any of these kind of midges or flies like this, I try to keep them as sparse as I can, so you're not making them too heavy. And the worst part is when you tie in the wire, it kind of makes it a little bulky, but I try and tie it on the bottom. So I'll start about halfway down just because I just want to tie in the tail first. And it's something different from a zebra midge too, tying in the strand of flashaboo or crystal flash.
The pearlescent.
Yeah, pearlescent crystal flash.
Okay.
And so what you want to do is get that right on the top of the back and wind it down with the shank so that when you're finished it's going to be sticking down. So you come about halfway down the bend there. Okay, and then I usually come up about 2 or 3 turns and then I'll tie my wire in right there. But I try to put the wire right underneath the hook so that it's kind of tucked in there, but
Oh, you do have it running the whole length of the body, okay.
yeah.
Made it sound like...
I just didn't start it from the top, I'm putting
Okay.
it in the back.
You made it sound like you had just a little tag in at the back end and it would cause that bump.
I'm going to go ahead and
That's
cut
not
this and
what
get
you
it
got.
out of the way too. So the tail's going to be about the length of these hooks at all. Okay, so I'll tie that in. And then what I'll do is I pull the wire down underneath to try to center it underneath the bottom.
Boozers out there.
Well, they're 10 pounds and up, Dave.
Yeah, I know, I've seen them. But still, that's a pretty heavy hook.
They're not shy. You know, you're also using 10, 12 pound tippet material too, so. They don't seem to be too line shy.
And you were just sitting in a chair, throwing them out and catching, reeling them. How many did you finally get?
Oh, I don't, you know, a good day I would get like 5 fish or
5 fish a
something,
day.
but the guy sitting next to me was getting like 15 to 20, you know. He'd been doing it for years, so he knew exactly what he was doing. So I hopefully next year I'll do a little better.
And this is all in the fall?
Spring.
Now, yeah, this was actually, I was talking to those guys and they were saying they do that type of fishing from February on.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. In fact, the guy, his biggest fish he had caught was just over 20 pounds and he got it in February.
Are you going back to your ladder or?
Oh, yeah, I'll do it again for sure. You know, I like casting and stripping streamers and stuff too.
What, you usually kick boats around there?
Yeah, you know, when I go in October, that's what they're usually doing, is chasing the tui chubs around in shallow water, so then I'll get out there in my boat and fish for them that way.
Without
But,
the indicator then, but with the indicator you use always.
But when it gets cold, yeah, I usually don't even bother with the boat. I just stay on my ladder and fish from the shore. Seem to do
What's
okay.
that ladder, how much that thing weigh? The one you got?
The one I have doesn't weigh much. I can pick it up and carry it. It's made out of 1/2-inch electrical tubing, EMT tubing. Yeah, I bought it at Crosby Lodge right there.
Does it fold up? How do you carry that
No,
thing?
it doesn't fold up. I strap it to the ladder on the back of my
I
camper.
was wondering, yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty bulky.
No, but I've seen some really nice ones that fold up.
Yeah.
So anyway, after you build your thread body like that, then all you do is you start ribbing your wire up.
What's the thread you're using?
That's Unithread. You got like
6/0.
6/0. Yep. This is wine, and this for this fly.
Is that like the brassy wire or is it?
This is called brown copper, and it's brassy
Brassy.
size. Yeah.
Regular rocket size, huh?
Yeah, like I said, they're one of the simpler flies to tie, but you can't argue with how effective they are. So just helicopter that off and tie enough of a thread back there to keep the bead from sliding on it. That's about it. And so the only difference with the other combinations, the last one has one bead on it, and I don't think it has a tail either. And then the other ones just have different colored beads. So
This address you have here is the only place you can get the beads?
yeah, well, no, you could probably get them at any bead shop. There was one right there in Berkeley where I work, but they